Thank you so much for your interest in coming to work at the Norfolk and Norwich Hospital as a healthcare support worker. In this video, we're going to show you all of the amazing places in the hospital that you could work, and we're also going to show you all of the fabulous career development opportunities that are available to you. So let's meet some of our colleagues so they can tell us what it's all about, and I really look forward to meeting you.
With my job role, I have now luckily taken on a Band 2 position, and I have also been able to do multiple training such as dementia training and blood pressures, ketones, blood glucose, things like that. The colleagues, my team, they're such a supportive team. I've made so many friends from working here, and I feel like I just kind of grew up a little bit. I matured so much throughout my job.
When you watch telly programmes of nurses and stuff, and I thought I'd love to do that. So my plan when I started here, I knew I would like to go up, but I'd never worked in the NHS, so I didn't know how it worked. Then I heard of the Trainer Nurse and Associate programme, which I started in September. And that's something from when I heard about it, that's something I've always wanted to do, and now I'm doing it. I think with the academic side, I'm more of a hands-on person. So this course for me is much better than going down the route of the 3-year degree purely at university. Here we're on the ward more than we are at university, so I'm getting a lot more knowledge. It's a lot more hands-on.
I love being a healthcare assistant. I do feel like the biggest thing is actually being able to talk to that child and just feel like actually you are just, engaging with them as well as the parents or carers, whoever's with them as well. Obviously learning through skills, so just taking it slow and just learning, doing obviously my mandatory training. I've done breastfeeding skills and those, but you sort of train on the job as well. I think every day you learn something new, so yeah, even as a healthcare assistant, you come in one day thinking I'm just going to do heights and weights, and then your next on you're holding to do a lumbar puncture and things like that.
See, I wanted to be the HCA that the nurses fought over and say, you're all right, you've got Mike with you. He's good, he knows what he's doing. My thinking when I come to work is, my remit in my head, I'm going to make everybody laugh and smile, be it a patient, the sister, the surgeon, the nurses. Because being in a hospital can be a very lonely place if you're in a bay and you've not got the right people around you.
I've learnt loads. I've learnt how to do the bladder scanner, so I'm comfortable with that. I'm also learning, doing medication rounds now. I'm learning what they are, what they're for, and I know the side effects to look out for as well. So when I am looking after patients as a healthcare assistant, because I'm learning about the meds, I kind of know what I'm actually looking for when looking after them. In the next 2 years, I'll hopefully be a registered nurse and associate, and eventually I do want to go on to the top up as soon as I can to become a qualified registered nurse, 100%. It's just something I've always wanted to do, just looking after people. And I do like a challenge, and I feel like the nursing role will 100% challenge me and make me a better carer and just a better person.
Seeing a patient come in and they're clearly not well, and then watch them over the next 12 hours or so start getting treatment and start getting on that road to recovery, and maybe you come back the next day and they're miles better. That is really nice to see, and knowing that you've had a part in that process, which is getting people well and getting them back home with their loved ones again. And I find here that if you ask, everyone's very willing to share. It's not difficult to learn if you want to put that effort in to find people to learn from.
Different knowledge I learned, our ward, we need to check the patients, really observations, 6-hourly or 4-hourly observations, and checking BMs, so check the conditions for the patients, how they are deteriorated or how they're getting better, so it's easy to escalate them to the nurse or the doctor so they can quickly act as much as they can, so it's really good for the patients.
With the senior healthcare assistant, you can learn to do blood tests, cannulas, ECGs, and I can do female catheterisation, which I think is great for working on a busy emergency unit. As you progress in this job, you pick up competencies anyway. There's always training going on, mandatory training every year. I also help out with the teaching of the new HCAs, which is a really good thing. As long as I can keep helping the new HCAs, I think that's my main thing, to try and pass on that knowledge and that excitement for the job, really, for the new people coming along, and just keep giving extra to every shift I do.
I started as care assistant, then progressed on to my role as a HCA, healthcare assistant, and then done that for over a year, and then got the position as a senior healthcare assistant in A&E, emergency department, and then 6 months later applied for the trainee nursing associate in A&E and got that. So many learning opportunities with training, and it's just my own confidence has grown as well to be able to apply for the positions that I've applied for. I'm really passionate about working here in A&E, and I absolutely love my job. When there are some challenges, again, the team are so supportive. You'll talk it out, you'll discuss it, what could have been done better, and just reflect on it all. I just think it's an absolute brilliant team, and you just feel really supported here.
I feel like I've been challenged in this job in improving things like my communication and just patient contact in that way. I think helping people is the biggest thing. You get to see a range of people from acute care and putting a smile on their face by just talking to them or giving them a cup of tea. I think that's what I find really good in this job. From my care certificate, I learned about the 15 standards of care, and that helped me become a better healthcare professional by providing better patient-centered care, empathy, and overall just becoming a better HCA, I think.
The best thing about the job, I've only had it this morning, where I've sorted out a spinal patient, done a personal care, washed her, done everything, combed her hair, checked her meticulously and made sure she came. She looked at me and said, "Mike, thank you so much, you made a difference." And sometimes you walk out, I could cry when that happens, but that's where you get a big heart and you feel comfortable. I think another thing is, when I see a patient, I think if that's my mum, my dad in bed, my children, my grandchildren, I'm going to do the best I can.